Hello, guys. This is Dante from Server 73, and we are here finally after months waiting and all the things that devs have been saying on Facebook, on in Discord, the roundtable. Some people had with the devs, and the patch notes 2.7. This is one of the biggest updates. Remember the 2.6.9, 2.6.8. Those were like small updates over a big patch, but now 2.7 is a big patch, and we are getting closer to the 3.0, which is amazing. So this is Dante from Server 73. We're gonna see this patch notes 2.7, the good, the bad, the worst, and come with me to have this sign on the patch notes. Nice. Okay, so this is the introduction. We had long patch notes this morning. I'm doing this, making like more dynamic so you guys can see my thoughts. I won't do the reading. I will talking about the important points of this. I've split this into 5 parts. Well, 5 points, which is the new Legion of Frostborn. It's the new beta version. The good, the bad, the worst, and my final thoughts about these patch notes. So let's go through this. We have the number 1, the new Legion of Frostborn. This we have the patch note says, below are the new features and optimizations in the update version of the Legend of Frostborn. The attacks, rules of thermal towers, fog, cities, and checkpoints, as well as the recovery of garrisons remain unchanged, which means all of those things, the thermals, the cities, the fog, and the checkpoints is the same. You need thermals to take gates or take cities, and you need thermals to be able to have vision, because the fog is still on there, so you can see what's in the fog unless you have a thermal. But they made a note. This season of the Legend of Frostborn is a trial. The matchmaking system and faction assignment might undergo modifications based on testing results. So whatever that happens in this upcoming new KVK will be the base of the coming ones. So looking forward to that. And we'll remember the opening requirements remain same. You need Alliance level 4, and the Lord level it's 15, so you need to be level 15, your Lord level, well, Castle 15, to be able to join and enter the Frost Realm to participate on the KVK. Well, the rest I'm going to be explaining through different points, but that's mostly the new Legion. I just want to make sure you know this new thingy. So let's go to see the good. This is a whole new revamp. We have a new matchmaking system. This matchmaking system works in the next way. So the faction selections will be available 48 hours before the battlefield opens. Remember, we used to have the matchmaking, and then 3 days later we have the KVK. This time will happen 48 before it opens. So the top 8 alliances in alliance power with the same division will be automatically assigned a faction, while other alliances spawn areas are decided by alliance leader. Once alliance leader has made a selection, all lords with the alliance will enter the Frost Realm aligned with the choose faction. For example, this is how I understand. Let's say there's like these servers, for example, 56, 73, 105, and 136. So the top 8 alliances for those 4 servers, in this case HMB, Eden, AWG, PRD, Bonds, Meow, and ASK, and maybe, I think, Anna from 56, us 8, we're gonna be split into 4 factions, and will be 2 alliances in each faction. That's how you understand. I'm not sure. It's just like me trying to understand how this will work. Then we have the faction assignment. The top 8 will be assigned, and the rest will have to choose a faction. There is something I don't understand, and it's not clear for me unless it happens, and is that if the others will know, if the top 8 will know which faction, or like will be completely secrets. Once we open, we're gonna discover like, oh, it looks like PRD will share faction along with the Gods, for example, or with Eden, or with ASK. I'm just giving some examples. You can see it's all live. Okay, there it is. Then we have this federation system. Establishing and maintaining diplomatic relationship is crucial for the survival and expansion of alliances. In the new Legion of Frostborn, the Federation system will replace friendly alliances, playing a more powerful diplomatic role, while the hostile alliance settings remain unchanged. It's the same. It's the same system. People can ally, people can be enemies, and well, then we have this diplomation system. Now, now you need to have a better diplomatic status, because if you, like for example, let's say PRD and HMB are enemies and we ended up in the same faction, we will have to put the differences aside and war for faction. Then we have new diplomation rules based on the Federation rules. Alliances for the same federation can attack the cities, checkpoints, etc. Players with the same federation cannot attack each other or each other thermal towers. Checkpoints between federation can be interconnect, and city benefits as well as city facilities are shared. All federation players participating in a CDC can obtain a city first occupation rewards. If multiple alliances of the same federation participate in the attack or city checkpoints, the city checkpoints will belong to alliance that defeats the last troop of the city garrisons. For example, again, PRD, HMB sharing the same federation. We ally, we are a federation. If, for example, Stanky takes the last garrison, that's gonna be for HMB. But if, for example, Godi takes the last garrison, it's gonna be for PRD. But still, we're gonna share their rewards and we wanna share the first occupation hit. Just the city gonna belong with one of those two. We have this weather system. Weather is categorized into normal weather, abnormal weather, and special weather. Abnormals and special weather will have various impacts on the battlefield. Specific impacts can be confirmed on the weather panel. So I'm trying to understand this, and probably will be like the raining, thunderstorms, all those things will affect the way the castle or the fight is going on. Maybe, for example, if you are in the snow, your prosperity decreases. So I feel something will be like that. Honestly, my perception will be something cool if also the conditions affect the marches. For example, there's like a raining and the water marches get a small buff against fire, and fire marches get a nerf in the rainy conditions. Or maybe it's like a thunderstorm and the air marches get weakened and the lightning marches get stronger, and things like that. Will be super dope if those things happen. I'm not sure. And well, cities and checkpoints, again, as I said, the federation's gonna share their rewards. The lines tactics, we're gonna have the basic tactics and then special tactics, and the special gonna cost more tactical points, but will have a better will be more powerful and must be used properly, and they can change the course of the battlefield. So it's turning into more tactical style than just like brute force, and I kind of like that, honestly. New in-between events, we're gonna have new in-between events and also events during the QBK to make this funnier for everybody. New victory conditions, we're gonna have these personal legend marks, the alliance reputation, and the faction reputation. Remember, faction is the compilation of 4 alliances from the same faction, and the federation. That's a federation. Faction reputation is the total alliance reputation of all alliances belonging to the faction. For example, again, PRD, HMB, they do a lot, but looks like half KVK they weren't fighting each other. They weren't doing their part. It was like just one doing all, then they ally and then start to win the KVK. But looks like the other faction where Bonds and Meow were playing together. They were working together the whole match. They were doing a lot together and separate, so they're gonna have better faction reputation. All of this is just from my way to think how this works. And the new victory rewards, it's for the first place. They get, of course, Divine's Prophecy and the guarantee to obtain Manko and Himiko after 20 draws. For the second place, Divine's Will, Theodora and Tommy reason. For the third place and below, all alliances of different factions can obtain a random Holy or Shadow Immortal after 20 draws. So those are new victories. They replace the KVK Immortals for the Holy and Shadow Immortals, which is great. We continue to the good. I want to be fast because I don't like to make long videos. We have this new matchmaking system that personally is good. The old one was so unbalanced. The old one was 1 mega against 1 mid server. So of course it was for the mega. For example, our current QBK is like 1 mega server against a mid server like 73. So even if 73 has good activity, it's not the same. But now with the new matchmaking system, looks like the megas won't have the last word and will be all of activity. Restriction in server migration after matchmaking. So looks like players gonna be locked once all of this happen. They can once the faction assignment option is open, you will be restricted from server migration until the end of the war. Which this is how I understand. Once all of this start, once this matchmaking thing start, and looks like against which servers you're gonna be, looks like you will stock into your server, so this prevent these crazy jumps that just unbalance, like for revenge, for karma, and all those things will be. I think it's a good sign for servers that have been established and to prevent mega whales keep jumping on small servers. Members of the same federation can work together. That's great. Again, if you have going back to PRD HMB combination, we'll be able to Arya and Ironhead will be able to rally together, garrison each other. There is no need for Arya to belong to 56 or HMB to work with Ironhead. There is no need of, for example, Rebo and Alawi to be in the same alliance to work together. If they're in the same faction, they will be able to work together, which is great. Then we also have a new interactive system with the map. That's what I said with the weather. I think that's nice because it breaks the boringness of just the same thing after 2 years. Sorry, this keep happening. I'm just doing many things, reading and doing this. And then victory based on server participation more than individual rewards. I like this because all the things people do will count to the final reward and also to the final winning. And I like this new victory rewards because players that can afford completely Holy and Shadow will be able to get this. And well, I think they're gonna add new skills. I'm not sure. It's just me like trying to read between lines. The bad. Those are the 5 things I think are the bad. There's like a clear placing of servers with multiple big alliances. So far, at the beginning it looks like it was the top 8 alliances in game, but now it looks like the top 8 from the matchmaking. And there's a thing. For example, let's say this. There is matchmaking between 56, 170, and 73. Sorry. And looks like PRD, Bonds, and PK, Eden, HMB, and SF are in the top 8, and those 6 wanna be split, and there's like a chance of HMB and SF goes in the same faction, and PRD and IMPK goes into the same faction. So there's like some friction between the alliances that might interrupt sorry again. I don't know what's going on with this. Yeah, sorry for that. I don't know what's going on with my cell phone, but okay. But there is like the things that might interrupt the how this goes. Then we go to Then the faction marks again. It's there's still the issue over abusing and honor farming. This is like another QBK when there's like a lot of people doing 70 million honor, and there's like a people actually playing that are making like 1/3 part of that. So those points are bad for the whole core because they can be one alliance that gonna honor farm like crazy, and even if they don't achieve the other points, maybe the honor can be like all the legend marks they make for honor can make them be even winning the event without efforting and the rest. We go to sorry again for that. Then we go to I haven't finished the bat. Victory condition can be manipulated by the same previous point. As I said, the honor rank. festival items being delayed after the event, that's the thing I didn't like. We have been saving items from all seasonal events, and I don't think it's nice. We lost them, and now we have to do the whole event and just for that. But yeah, I personally I don't like. But maybe this is good for others. That is good for the people that likes to do events without skipping. But personally, it's not my favorite thing to do. And well, we got another buff for Wukong. This is like the 4th or 3rd buff for him, and it's like, stop buffing Chaos Immortals, please. I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know what's going on with my device. I'm so sorry. I apologize for this. And the worst. This is where the devs gonna chop me. So for the incapacity to potentially ally your own server to the top 8 and 4 factions condition. This is something I explained before. This is something I'm gonna say again. This can be the worst, because if you match 4 big servers and those 4 big servers have big alliances, there is like the chance your main alliance is gonna share faction with the other main alliance you don't get well along. And realistically, you will be agree with me, there is alliances that you will quit or not even play the game before aligning them. And that's something I think that's going to the worst, because there's like, again, the unclearness of how things gonna go. Free-to-play skill getting a nerf, assist being nerfed. That's bad for the free-to-play low spender community, and I think that's not the wise move. Nerf a skill. Then the pay-to-win skill getting a buff. That's drastic action. That's a legendary skill. I understand there's a legendary skill, but nerf pay-to-win skills to buff pay-to-win skills. It's bad, and honestly, I think that pushes people to not feeling into spending or trying to get more, because there's the risk they're gonna get the nerf. And the last one, more stuff for player versus computer PvE. Still the lack of chances for more PvP. Most of the things that will be for PvE, and there's still no answer over PvP. But well, hopefully with this video, the devs can see we're still reading, we're still trying, we're still playing, and we're still caring for this game. And well, my final thoughts. I like this patch notes. I'm like excited in the way of want to know how this is gonna look, want to know how this is gonna work, and I want to play already just to see how this whole environment gonna be, how this whole diplomatic system gonna be. And yeah, and I think I forgot to add to the worst is that this faction thing gonna block people from switch alliances for Ivy League, because looks like you're gonna get locked into your alliance. And yeah, so for alliances, people like us, 73, that some people in PRD play in bonds, some people in bonds play in PRD, and we constantly switch players. I think that's bad, because looks like we're gonna get locked, and there's a chance PRD and bonds don't share a faction, but that's still unclear. But well, let me know your thoughts. Those are my thoughts. I like it. I think it can be better, but so far, it's nice they are revamping the KVK as a whole. It's nice they are giving a chance for this game and this event as a whole. This is Xander from Server 73, and thank you for watching my video. See you in the next one. Bye!